Yeah.
How can I get a VA loan with a 500 credit score? As far as I know, I need like at least a 580,
Yeah.
640. How are you able to make that happen?
Man, it's crazy.
Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? So I am here with the mortgage man that has 1 million views on his TikTok channel, which is just bananas to me because I'm struggling to get like 400 on a video. This guy has 1 million. Mr. Matthew Power, how you doing, brother?
Hey, Steph, I'm doing great. I appreciate the intro, man. I'm trying out here. Thank you. Thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm excellent, man. And hey, that's all we can do. That's all we can do is try, man.
Right.
And so you're doing something. You're doing something right. And usually for our industry, like if you get that many views, then you're adding value. And that's the reason I brought you here today. Speaking of that, man, how in the heck can I get a mortgage, a VA loan? Because a lot of people think that like a VA loan is one of the hardest loans to get approved for.
Yeah.
How can I get a VA loan with a 500 credit score? As far as I know, I need like at least a 580,
Yeah.
640. How are you able to make that happen?
Man, it's crazy. So like I've worked for a couple different companies, right? And that's what I had thought as well. Like I was working for one of the big banks when I first started out, and it was you needed 620 or above, perfect credit, same job for 2 years, like very straightforward. Like you got to fit in this box. But the more I grew as a loan officer, the more I learned, not the case. And it's not everyone's like that. More people have bad credit than good credit. But it's just a fact. And so the VA guidelines, there is no minimum credit score for you to get into a home if you're a veteran.
So the VA is saying that there is no minimum credit score.
You could have zero credit and get a VA loan. But each different lender has their own, it's called an overlay, like what they require, what their risk threshold is. So like you said, some places have 640, some have 620, some have 580. Me though, I'm able to go down to 500 for our veterans and still with zero down payment.
Nice. So you're going to give me like a 10% interest rate though, because my score is that low.
No, you still qualify for market rate. It's not like a special program or it's not a higher rate or anything like that. It's regular today's rates, which, there's no getting around. Today's rate is going to be higher than last year's rate,
for sure.
But you're still able to get in, still able to get qualified for what you would if you had different credit.
So you don't need a DNA sample and for me to name my firstborn after you.
Nope. No, you're not signing your life away. No firstborn, no DNA. It's just regular application, pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements, get you moved in.
That's amazing. And I think right now, a lot of people in our generation, I don't know how old you are, I'm going to group you in with my generation, but a lot of people are learning more and more and more about financial literacy, right? And they're just now learning the impact of their credit score, how to manipulate the credit score.
Right.
But that can be a journey. It can be a really, really slow moving process. So if you're somebody right now that's active duty, your credit is not where you would like it to be, but you are hovering around that 500 mark, which I run into these cases all the time. And usually we're like, okay, 6 months to 8 months, something like that. You pay this, get a secure credit card, pay this down, do these things, then we can get you approved. And what you're saying is, no, all you need is a 500 and steady income and proof that you are who you say you are and you do what you say you do. And we can make it happen.
Yeah, definitely can make it happen. And it's, I call it common sense underwriting. Because let's say you're PCSing, right? You get out and you're no longer active, looking for a job. Maybe it takes you a couple months to find a job, right? Totally understandable. It happens. But during that time, obviously you're not getting paid. Maybe you miss a payment or two on like a credit card or something, whatever. You go to apply for a loan and most places are going to deny you because they're like, hey, we see you miss these payments, like no chance we're letting you sign up for a mortgage, and maybe the same thing is going to happen, right? But we have this common sense underwriting where and this is specifically for these VA loans for our veterans, where we just need to hear what happened, which, but, you know, everyone's different, but maybe it's like that, right? I was PCSing, I got out, I was looking for a job, couldn't make my payments, but now since I've had a job, everything's on time.
You know what I've seen? I've seen people get injured at their job, and not like, they might be past military, they get injured on their job, and maybe they had to miss a week or two or something like that, and that would knock them out of qualification.
No, not the case. Something like that, you know, as long as we can explain what happened, why it's not happening again, right? It's a freak accident like that. You got hurt at work, or a family member went to the hospital, you know, it was pay the hospital bill or pay my credit card, like
nice,
whatever. And as long as your payments are on time after that, good to go. Nice.
That's amazing. So yeah, so check out Matthew on his social medias. It's just Matthew Para?
Matthew.mortgage on Instagram, TikTok, Matthew. Even have here on YouTube.
Nice. I saw your post about this 500 credit score VA loan, and you had some Earth, Wind, and Fire playing in the background. I was like, what Matthew know about the Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Had to do it, man. Had to do it. You know, got to let the people know. It's just, you gotta stay relevant, gotta keep posting, right? Because I mean, people forget, you can go down to 500. There's actually no minimum, and we can get it done.
I love that post because you didn't say anything. You were just like, loved it. All right, before we wrap this thing up, man, the post that you did that went viral was helping people calculate how much mortgage they can afford. Do you have like a quick rule of thumb for somebody that's watching this with their 500 credit score right now, and they're thinking about starting to shop? How can they figure out how much house they can afford? Roundabout, like, we won't be exactly right. Is there a good rule of thumb that they can follow?
Just like an easy, very easy, right? Very rough estimate. So let's just say you make $5,000 a month. For VA loans, you don't want more than half of your money going out. It's called your debt to income ratio. It's money coming in versus money going out. So with your mortgage, and let's say your car payment, credit cards, whatever, in this example, we're using this $5,000, you wouldn't want more than $2,500 for your mortgage, your car payment, your credit card. So it's about half. And we use gross income before taxes.
Nice.
So that's about as easy as it gets. You don't want more than half your money going out.
Yeah. So look at what you're making. So, all right. And then if I know, okay, I want my payment to be around $2,500, how do I now figure out how much house that equals?
Connect with your loan officer.
Yeah, I love it. That's the best. That's the best answer. And it's a great answer because interest rates change daily.
Yep. Everything changes.
Yep. And everything's going to fluctuate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking online for a house myself right now. You know, it's fun to look on Zillow, but the numbers they use aren't going to be accurate. You know, they don't know what rate you qualify for. They don't know home insurance. They don't know the taxes. And typically they base that off of 20% down, which I don't know about you. I don't have 20% down.
I don't either.
So, connect with you, get with me. We'll be able to get you an accurate quote on what you can qualify for.
Love it. So just kind of recap, the reason why the online calculator is probably not going to be accurate is because taxes are going to fluctuate and be different. You want to know each individual house has different tax amounts, and then the amount of insurance that you're going to need. Like, you have to get home insurance. What's that going to cost you? And that can fluctuate based on the location of the house, the size of the house, the price of the house. So you kind of need to have all of those factors added in whenever you're trying to figure out how much you can afford. And that's why it's good to have somebody like Matthew on your team, somebody like me, because we just do it every day, and we can get you a lot closer. And we're better than ChatGPT any day of the week.
Hey, that's right. Pick us up, call on the phone. Easy.
For sure. All right. Anything else you want to share with the people before we get out of here?
No, I mean, it's free to talk to me. It's free to talk to you. You know, an application, it's not a hard pull on your credit. I only do a soft pull up front. I wouldn't want my credit pulled and not know and have that dinged. So it's very easy. I cover all Texas. If you want to see what you qualify for a mortgage, let me know.
That's actually huge. And I want to touch on that again, that it's a soft pull on your credit score. Most lenders that I know are not doing a soft pull when they initially pull it.
Yeah.
And so I think that's another good differentiating factor that's really important.
Yeah, thank you. It's big just because, I mean, it's common sense stuff, right? Like I wouldn't want my credit pulled and dinged if I don't qualify, right? So I'm not going to do that to you.
Love it. That makes all the difference in the world. All right, brother. I appreciate you stopping in, taking a few minutes to talk to the good people. Hopefully we can get some people approved that didn't think that they were going to be able to get a house.
Yes, sir. Let's get it going. Appreciate you. Thanks.
And right now you get all your closing costs paid, especially in our market, man.
That's so right. That's right. Let's get it going.
Get in there with zero money down.
Yes, sir. Too easy.
All right.